Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Real Raw and Uncensored. And today I want to do things a little different. We are uncensored and we are real, we are raw here. I have an issue when people get in my comment section using words like you're jealous and small, simple-minded things like that. Babe, I have no reason to be jealous of anyone. Okay? I have a man, 14 years and counting. There is absolutely no reason for me to be jealous of anyone because I'm comfortable in my own lane, okay? Okay, now moving right along. This is not a Brianna Hampton or Robert Hampton fan page or drag them page. This is nothing like that. We post other stories and other things, other viral news that's also important. But I do like to do awareness pieces on all types of videos, and this is simply one of those couples where I would like to include an awareness piece on. Okay, and continue to update my subscribers on them because I know a lot of you guys are following the Hamptons in their whole journey with this chaos and confusion, all this mayhem. And guys, I'm just going to be honest. We keep it real here. We don't discriminate. Hell, you may see your grandmama on this channel. If your grandmama commit a crime or she's in a viral news, you may see your grandmama on this channel. You may see your uncle, your mom. We don't just follow celebrities. We do stories and awareness pieces on all types of individuals. Whether you're famous, A-list, B-list, we don't discriminate here. So let's go ahead and switch gears. If you're looking at the screen, this is Robert Hampton and Brianna Hampton. Last year, summer of 2022, at their wedding renewal in Jamaica. It was a very beautiful event. The shindig was very big. Her family was there. His family was there. And they came together for this moment. And it was a beautiful moment. She's doing her thing, you know, twerkalicious. She's dancing to Drunk in Love by Beyonce. If you guys saw this video, some of you guys may have, some of you may have not. But that's what she's dancing to, Drunk in Love, which is fine and dandy. But I want to make a point. Okay, this is the same young lady I shared on my channel a few months back where she stated she doesn't even look no man in his face. And she's been doing that for 6 years.
You even said it yourself. When I come around, she don't even look me in my face. She don't even look my way. She don't even look in no man's face. I've been doing that for 6 years. Anybody who has ever been in the midst of me and my husband, I don't look in no man's face. I don't even look at me. I don't even look their way. I don't even look in their eyeballs. Out of the respect of my husband, or maybe is it controlling? Is it controlling?
And that includes Kevin Wesley, his brother. She doesn't look Kevin in the face. And I got a video where she said, Kevin, you even said it yourself. She don't look no man in his face. Which is okay. It's kind of weird to me. But hey, whatever floats your boat. But if you don't look him in his face and you can't look a man in his eyes while you're conversating with him or when you say hello, because I'm sure you've spoken and said hello to his brother and other men of his family, I think it's weird that you feel comfortable twerking and bouncing that ass all over the floor, but you can't look them in their face. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. And I just wanted to make a point to say that. And so that video was debuted back when everybody was kind of like Team Briana. But for those that actually have a few brain cells remaining, it doesn't add up. How is that controlling? I think it was more so you trying to prove that you were an excellent wife, and that was your way of proving that. Hey, I don't even look any men in their face. So what? I'm gonna look you in your face because your eyeballs is the portal to the soul. I believe that. I stand firm on that. You didn't trust yourself. That's why you didn't look people in their face. Because parading around, bouncing your butt and jumping all up and down, patting your cootie cat, around these men and other men that are in the room, foreign men, Jamaican men, all type of men are in the room. And if you can parade around and bounce your butt and, scrub the ground and do all of that, pat that cootie cat, you know, with these people around, why can't you hold a conversation with a relative, his brother, which is family, and look him in the face? How do you know when people are being honest? How do you know when people are, hiding something if you can't even look them in the face? So that lets me know that you have not been practicing discernment, because you cannot practice discernment without looking people in their face. But honestly, in my humble opinion, it was all just a game. It was just a game, because now we see the real you. See, that was your representative. And that is the real Brianna Hampton. Here you are 6 months, maybe 7 months after all of this chaos and confusion has erupted with your husband and yourself, and you're twerking and gyrating on another man in VIP at a hookah lounge. This is not acceptable. It's not cute and it's not acceptable. And if you guys recall, Robert was actually trying to make things work, back in October, November, when all of this transpired. He was still trying to make things work. But I'm going to say this. They both were sleeping with the enemy. Because all of those recordings, if you guys watch my video, Who is Robert Hampton and Brianna Hampton Exposed, I believe it's Exposed Part 2, right at the 6-minute to 12-minute mark, they're releasing recordings, well, Brianna is, where he's telling her to suck his you-know-what and calling her the B word. There was trouble in paradise. There was trouble in paradise before they renewed their vows in Jamaica. Anytime your partner starts to record you and hold those recordings for 8 months, 1 year, however long, that's kind of weird. That's a red flag. That is a red flag. If you have to record your husband or your wife and save those recordings for a later date, then you really need to do a reality check. You really do. And again, they married after 6 months of meeting. His mom was passed away. Her mom was passed away. And they thought that it was just this match made in heaven, that their moms in heaven basically put this together. Robert did a whole video about it where he spoke on it and said that they felt like their moms basically put this together from heaven. Literally, they thought it was a match made in heaven. But the reality is, after 6 months, you do not know this person. You only know their representative. And I see that Brianna has a habit of meeting these men, bringing them around her children, and just moving way too fast. It looks like it's an absolute habit. That's a pattern, and that's just what she does. Because after 6 months, I think it's insane to move in with a man and you have 3 children. We've seen too many times, especially here recently in the news with domestic violence situations. These men are snapping. I really don't like to see any woman feel heartbroken or, shedding tears and everything. But I honestly feel like this is a result of meeting a man and not getting to know him. He didn't get to know her, and she did not get to know him well enough for them to go ahead and move in with one another and bring another baby into this and get married. It was just a lot too soon. And unfortunately, with them recording one another and all this other mayhem that's transpired, It further proves why we need to take our time when we are meeting people and introducing them to our children. I'm not saying sit up and be miserable for the remainder of your life because you have children or wait till they're an adults, to start dating. But I do believe that you should take your time, get to know someone in all four seasons: happy, sad, mad, and broke. Get to know people for who they are, not their representative. And even still, then, that doesn't mean that things are going to be picture perfect. But what that means is that you've given yourself time. You've given this individual time to show you who they are and what they are possibly capable of. Of course, things happen and people can pull the carpet from underneath you. But when you give yourself time and you practice discernment, you can avoid certain situations. Which leads me to my next topic of Robert Hampton. There's somebody out here for everyone. I do believe that. But by you stepping to a person, presenting them gifts and money, that's what they're going to see you as. That's what they're going to expect. That's what they're going to ultimately demand. See, sometimes we set ourselves up to be used accidentally. Sometimes we teach people how to treat us. That's almost every time. We teach people how to treat us. And if you're a man of means and you have wealth or you have money and you think throwing that at a woman is going to attract them and you're going to appeal to them, yeah, you will. But don't be upset when that's all they see you as. In the same way that we spoke on Briana and how she's moving too fast and how she needs to slow down, the same goes for you, Robert. You have other things that you can be focused on, like building a relationship with Desharia. You've missed quite enough time out of her life for you to catch up. And parading around town, taking people on shopping sprees, buying them new bags, buying them new shoes, it doesn't look productive and it's not cute. And your daughter is watching you as well. Don't think that she's not. See, I'm not a Brianna hater. I'm on both of y'all head because both of y'all acting like clowns. Her family's involved, your family's involved. She's online saying that she's in danger. You're putting them at risk. She's online telling the people to go ahead and call food stamps on your sister, call DFS for fraud. You don't hotline people because you feel like they're committing food stamp fraud. You really need to grow up, and I think you know better. So now Toya is saying you're looking at having charges brought up against you for making those false allegations. And on top of that, asking your followers to also call in on this lady as well. Again, if you feel like you work hard and you pay taxes for food stamps, you don't hotline somebody and say that their children are being neglected, go investigate them because they're stealing food stamps. That's not who you report that to, love. You need to grow up. And I believe that you know that's not who you report that to. You knew what you were doing. And once again, it's not cute.
To come. But I'm glad I patiently waited. Let me go ahead and tell y'all, my case is closed. My DSS case that they kept on reporting me fake child support, fake child stuff, saying my kids ain't got food, my husband sell drugs, saying my house nasty, all kind of stuff. I fight in front of my kids. Case closed. You feel me? Got my paperwork yesterday. So y'all already know that went straight to my lawyer yesterday. We're going to get these false allegations under control. Not only that, my caseworker that everybody kept saying was fake, he was doing a skit. Y'all remember when she put that out there? Her team, Briana, they done went so far as to inbox this man several times asking him to tell them information for a $2,000 cash out. Yeah, we got the bribery. You done bribed a state official worker, baby. You think y'all ain't going down? not only me, but honey's DSS pressing charges. They got y'all names. I gave them the screenshots because y'all posted them in Team Bree. You can't be bribing no government official. What do you mean you gonna give him $2,000? Yeah, I know y'all know the caseworker was real, but she was telling everybody, oh, that was a skit. That's what she put out at first. Oh, that was a skit. They don't even check cabinets. They don't even check your refrigerator when DSS come out. What? Well, they sure checked mine. And they called several times. They didn't just call one time. They called 4 or 5 times on me. And they still calling. They called the same day the man came and canceled the case, closed the case, because they got enough evidence to proceed with their charges. But at the end of the right, we are definitely victims of a narcissist woman. And that really needs to be out there. People need to understand there's no way in the world that this man has beat this woman, did all this harm to this woman. My brother ain't opened his mouth about this situation. He ain't said nothing. Only way he say something is if her team come in his comments getting on his nerves. But you got her on her Instagram going live every night in the dark with the lights off, talking to different men and everybody else about him. So, I mean, it's just a point proven. We got all the facts. We got all the recordings. So his defamation of character suit will be justified in the eyes of the law. Because you can't pull up no bunch of videos where you see him sitting around saying her name and talking about her. Right, it's accessory after the fact. Exactly. Exactly. But some people too stupid to understand that, man. You don't know how many people been saying that she didn't do it.
Daddy ain't touching my motherfucking daughter. So I told my fans to call food stamps, social services, to report her ass as fraud. Because no, you cannot make money off social media and get cash apps off social media and think you about to be getting food stamps. No, us hardworking people pay for that. You don't need it. Give it to the people who really need it. So that's what we did. Then you had some fake ass person come and act like they was a DSS worker. Like, bruh, this shit is so fucking funny. Like, y'all.
And that was Brianna basically admitting that she did tell her quote unquote fans to call food stamps because she, Latoya, was getting cash apps from Facebook and being paid by Facebook and still getting food stamps. Brianna, knock it off. It's really giving miserable. You claim that you're so unbothered in all of this, but then every other moment you're showing us that you're bothered. Let it go and grow up. Bow out gracefully, please, because this is not going to end well. It's not even that serious. People go through divorce every day. But the way you guys are dragging this on, I know you get paid for views and all of that madness, but it's unnecessary now. And you guys are doing more harm than good, really. I don't care how many clicks and views you may get. It's your image that your children are going to see as they become adults. Does that even matter? Do you even care? Robert, do you care about the relationship with you and Desharia? All in all, there has been some lies that have been told, betrayal, lack of trust, and a whole list of other things. We could go on and on, be here all night, that we have seen displayed throughout this whole situation. It's okay to parade online, but go through hell behind closed doors is the message that these two have sent and delivered. And it looks like neither one of them have learned their lesson. They are both still out prancing around, looking for love, moving too fast, and all of this other craziness instead of focusing on themselves and really buckling down, raising their children. We just seen in the blogs last week how Brianna's son went in the pantry and the only thing that we saw was ramen noodles. And he was super excited for ramen noodles. Beef or chicken. And he was making noodles for him and his sister. And you out showboating at the hookah lounge. It's really embarrassing. And it's not fair. And I have people in my comment section telling me, let her live, and you just jealous. Jealous of what? Stop being so small-minded. Find another word, because jealous, it's not. I'm not. I'm more so concerned. And only the real people understand that. This channel is not for the small-minded. This channel is not for the Jezebels. Okay? None of us are perfect, but the girls that get it, they get it. And they know better. And they know that this is not normal behavior. Give yourself time. And you're bragging about, oh, I'm going to be married again. I plan to be married and have a family. That's fine. But focus on yourself. Focus on your children. You have 3 or 4 children. 4. You have 4 children. Focus on them. Focus on your daughter, your 2 daughters, and grow up. And if we're going to be honest, Brianna, you could be hotlined as well. You're not perfect. You're leaving your kids at home with your elderly dad. That's why you snapped on the one viewer who was asking you where were your other children. You only had Amora. You could be hotline too. Two can play that game. So you should really tread lightly, babe.